Hello, I'm Amelia Hamilton Morris, and welcome to CityTalk. Des Moines has a unique landscape of urban metropolitan living and healthy country lifestyle. And the summer season of the downtown farmers market is a perfect example of this combination. It's a rare opportunity to come face to face with the people who grow your food and the artistic talent whose arts and crafts are on display. On today's show, we'll talk to Kelly Foss, director of the Downtown Farmers Market. We'll go on location to visit with a vendor, Carrie Rush, the owner of Fresh Cafe and Market. And we'll take you to the country for a personal tour of Reichardt's Derriere, a vendor who delivers fresh goat cheese to the Downtown Farmers Market. So stay tuned, City Talk will be up next. I am standing on Court Avenue near 4th Street, which is a busy business district during the week. But on Saturday morning, it transforms into an open-air farmers market in downtown Des Moines. My guest today is Kelly Foss, who is the director of the Downtown Farmers Market. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for asking.
Well, let's start with giving the people some of the basics. When does it open and what are the hours?
We are so excited to be celebrating the 40th season of the Downtown Farmers Market this year, and we'll be back on Court Avenue Saturday, May 2nd. And it's going to be every Saturday all the way through the end of October, 7 a.m. to noon.
Okay. Tell me, what can your visitors expect to find when they come down?
Well, this year we have over 300 vendors, and that's hundreds of thousands of different products that are going to be sold right here on Court Avenue. This year we have 36 new vendors with a huge variety of products, new baked goods, new art and craft, new farmers growing really unique products. It's really a special experience, and so what people can expect is a special experience.
You know, that's interesting because most people or most vendors, I understand, really want to be a part of this market. How do you get selected to be in the farmers market?
Well, the way to get selected to be to join us to sell at the farmers market is to really focus on a quality product that's unique, something that you can't maybe pick up anywhere else around town, something different and special. And we're really focusing on quality. So what we look for when we're going through our applications is really people who are very passionate about products that they want to sell at the farmers market and really focusing on something different, something we don't already have.
You do have fresh fruit, vegetables, crafts, but when you come, there's this aroma of food that, where is that coming from? How many prepared food vendors do you have?
We have so many different vendors selling everything from farm product raised all throughout the state to arts and crafts, baked goods, and of course the fresh prepared food. So we have about 16 different prepared food vendors every Saturday selling unique products, Indian style food, Mexican style food, Bosnian style food, Asian style food, just a really great variety, and that's really what makes it unique. You can get all that here in one spot.
And do your shopping. Well, tell me now, Court Avenue is going to be closed off as it always is. What about parking? Is that a problem when you come downtown?
Well, during the farmers market on Saturdays, we do get a lot of people who really love coming to the farmers market. And what we have found that we have a really great parking system in downtown Des Moines. And Saturday parking is at the meters are free on Saturdays. We have 3 parking ramps that fit lots of parking. And we found that people don't really mind walking, so there's lots of street parking on Saturdays throughout downtown, so maybe you might walk a block or walk 2 blocks to get to the market, but there's also a lot closer parking options as well.
Well, Des Moines is known as a bike-friendly city. Are the bicycles welcome?
People are so welcome and invited to ride their bicycles to the farmers market. In fact, we have a bike valet. So when you ride your bicycle to the farmers market, you can park your bike in a very secured location. We have staff who are greeting you and parking your bikes and keeping it safe while you do your shopping and enjoy your time at the farmers market. Come back to your bike when you're ready and you can just ride on back home.
Okay.
Makes it really easy.
A few other technical points. Strollers, pets, are all of those part of the farmers market now?
Right, the Downtown Farmers Market is family friendly. We welcome everybody. It's a community event. families with strollers, people who want to bring their dogs. We do ask people to really be respectful, that it is quite a crowd. We're bringing 20,000 customers into Court Avenue pretty much all at one time. So it can be really crowded, uncomfortable for small children in strollers, uncomfortable for parents to push strollers. So really be aware of that and think about maybe some other options. And also with pets. I mean, we are an open air farmers market. People live in downtown Des Moines. This is their backyard. This is their neighborhood. We want people to be respectful about that. Not everybody is a pet lover. Not everybody loves dogs. And also we ask people, if your dog has an accident, clean up after your dog. But really, those are really basic pet owner requests. And we just ask people to be respectful of that. But we love that it's a family event.
I guess we should take a moment to acknowledge and thank the people who sponsor the market. Who are the sponsors and the organizers?
Yeah, we are really excited to welcome Unity Point Health Des Moines back to be our presenting sponsor of the Downtown Farmers Market. It's really a great connection of health and wellness, and it, in the big picture, really helps us really encourage people in Des Moines to live a healthier lifestyle. And at the farmers market, they can get tips and pointers, and really each week Unity Point will have a fun activity really based around health and wellness. So maybe they're taking blood pressure, or maybe they're talking about cancer health and things to really protect yourself in health aspects. And so it's a really great, fun way to learn a little bit more about health and wellness.
Kelly, the farmers market stretches for 9 blocks from the courthouse all the way to the river. Is there a map or a guide to help us find things once we get out here?
Right, the Downtown Farmers Market is a really big market. It takes up a lot of space on Court Avenue and in the Court District. Every Saturday is different, it's unique. So if you visit one Saturday, it's going to be different the next Saturday. We have over 300 vendors on our roster, and at any given Saturday there's about 200 who are attending, so they rotate through the season. So sometimes it can be tricky to find your favorite vendor. So we have a map, and we lay out who the vendors are, and kind of lay out the area of the district and where the vendors go. And we also have, for reference, an information booth located at 3rd and Court. So if you're really looking for a specific product or your favorite vendor, our information booth is open all during the time of the farmers market, and we can help you find whoever you want.
Okay. I like to go online and figure out where I'm going. Is the list or the map available online of the farmers market?
Yeah, and the other option is to look on our website at DesMoinesFarmersMarket.com. We'll have a map of the market site to show you where all the ATMs are and the restrooms are, and sort of lay out where the vendors are. And then we'll also have a list of all the vendors and a general list of all the products that they sell, that people can kind of plan ahead and see where they want to shop.
The farmers market is more than just fresh tomatoes and food. You have entertainment. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the entertainment has really brought the market alive. We have over 300 vendors on our roster, and they sell amazing products that people are craving. But what really brings the market alive every Saturday is the entertainment. And this year we're excited. We have a record number of entertainers throughout the season. We have 82 local entertainers who will be playing music, teaching salsa dancing lessons. We have balloon artists who are making fun creations for kids. Really great variety. We have 26 new entertainers this year that are joining us, so it'll be extra fun.
Des Moines, as we know, is an award-winning city, but the accolades also go to the farmers market. Can you tell us what they are?
The market is quite an experience, and it brings downtown Des Moines alive on Saturday mornings. And we're really excited about the attention that the market has created or has gained in recent years. And we've been ranked number 2 in the country, and I think that's a testament to the dedication of our vendors and growers, and really a testament that our community loves what's happening on Court Avenue. I would say to anyone who's viewing this, if you haven't visited the farmers market here in your city, it's ranked number 2 in the country, and I think that's a testament to say you should try it.
Okay. I want to back up just a little bit and ask a little bit about the history of the farmers market. How long has it been going on? And if you can tell us how it started.
The Downtown Farmers Market's celebrating 40 seasons this year. We're really excited. It has such a rich history. We still have vendors who are with us today this year selling, who were the very first vendors that started with us. So back in 1976, we have vendors who started in the 80s and the 90s, and vendors who are brand new this year. Quite a history of growth and development through the years.
America is now very conscious of the food that goes on their table. What can you tell us about one of the vendors that we're going to visit today, Reichardt's Derriere?
Yeah, you know, all of the vendors who are participating in the farmers market, they have small farms and they come from all over the state. We're going to visit Lois Reichhardt at Reichardt's Derriere, and she's really special and really just like all of our growers. She's raising goats in this farmstead, and it's just quite an experience to see her raising her goats and milking the goats to create this amazing award-winning goat cheese that our farmers market customers have just fallen in love with.
Now there's a real combination of urban and rural right there.
That's right. We're connecting it all right here on Court Avenue.
We're going to take you on a visit to the Fresh Cafe and Market, and we're going to go out and visit Derriere Goat Farm. So you stay with us because City Talk will be right back. Well, we've made our way to Southwest Des Moines. We are inside Fresh Cafe and Market, and our guest is the owner, Carrie Rush. Thank you for having us. Everybody would like to know how you go from a farmer's market booth as a vendor to a restaurant that is almost 6,000 square feet.
The farmer's market. It's the word of mouth. It's people spreading the word about what we do, and just growing slowly over the last 9 years.
9 years. Tell us a little bit about how you started and why you chose the farmer's market for your products.
Well, it started off with wheatgrass. I'm known as the wheatgrass girl. I've got that nickname because I grow wheatgrass and juice it. We sell it by the shot. I started doing it in my house for my mom. She was sick. She had stage 4 colon and liver cancer, and so I looked up ways and things that I could do to build up her immune system. And she moved in with my husband and I and our little girl, and that was about 19 years ago, and started juicing for her. I grew it in my kitchen, and she got better. She's alive today.
Wow.
She has no cancer, 19 years, from stage 4 colon and liver. And that was one of the things that helped her. It helped really give her the greens and the dark green vitamins that she needed in a really small concentrated amount. And so I wanted to share that. I wanted to share what was going on with her and what was happening with us and our family. And I started growing more wheatgrass. I went to my basement, then it moved to my garage, and now it's in a pole barn building in Carlisle. And so I started farmers market because it was the best way to kind of test out my product and see what people thought. And it was really hard at first. I mean, my husband and I were in a 10 by 10 little space. So we had a little card table, I had a solar panel and a juicer that ran on the solar panel power. And we had our little girl with us, and we were just cranking out wheatgrass shots and not selling very many. I mean, we made like enough to pay our fee at the market, and we didn't really make much for ourselves, but we just kept wanting to do it. I called it evangelizing the wheatgrass. So it just really grew, you know, and it was kind of hard sometimes to tell people about it, but then people started just to become attracted to it. They were like, what is that green stuff, and what are you doing, and asking questions. And we moved to a corner spot, doubled our size, got a crew of people. We're down there with our shirts on now, and we just ordered a new tent this year. We're really excited about it. So it's just growing slowly over the last 9 years, and it's been really fun.
That is an amazing, impressive story. Well, you're opening this beautiful restaurant in this beautiful location. Why are you still going to the farmer's market?
Oh, I don't do any advertising, none at all. Everything's word of mouth, and farmer's market, it's just a great place for people to try out little samples of our food. Over the years, we've kind of put in different juices. We add our wheatgrass to smoothies, and we make salads out of produce from our friends at the market. We've made friends with a lot of the different vendors that are there. We'll buy our lettuces and vegetables, our kale, and make kale chips. So I kind of like to try out little things here and there. You know, we've tried out popsicles made with wheatgrass, and
Oh,
they're really popular.
Really?
Yeah, we could sell out of them every single Saturday.
what are your plans for the restaurant?
Well, this is really a passion of mine, and I really am wanting to share more information with people, show them that they can make healthy food taste really good. And so that's one of my biggest goals is setting up our juice bar. We're still under construction right now, and middle of May, after farmers markets started, then we're going to open up to the public, and we do a lot of catering. I have a community room over in this one side of our
we'll
space.
take a look at that. All right.
And so I really want to make it a place where the community can come together and get information, get educated, and
So when
try
they
out
come
things.
here, they can do three things. They can eat healthy, they can learn to be more healthy, and maybe hear your success story, because it's quite a story. All right, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a look at some of the other parts of the facility that you have.
Sure.
Okay, now here are some of the items I assume that you grow.
We do, yes.
Tell me what we're looking at.
These are just some organic lettuces. This is a Mizuna, kind of an arugula, spicy lettuce, an oak leaf lettuce, and then our romaine.
When I come to the farmer's market, I'm going to be looking for you. So am I looking for Fresh Cafe and Market?
Yes,
Where are you located?
we're right on the corner of 3rd and Court.
And what do I find when I get there?
Well, you're going to see us juicing wheatgrass, which you'll see in a minute. That's our biggest thing. And juices, smoothies. We do salads and wraps, and so these things will be in our salads and our wraps.
Can I buy some of the produce, or is it only in prepared food?
Only in prepared food.
Okay. And so when your customers come by, are we talking like a prepared food lunch spot that you have?
Sure.
Okay. And then you have some wheatgrass shots, which
do.
is the foundation of your whole business.
It is, yes.
I don't know if everyone understands what wheatgrass is. Could you kind of give us a definition?
Sure. It's a red hard winter wheat berry or a seed that we sprout, and then we grow ours in soil, so it's kind of like a microgreen. And sometimes people say things to me like, oh, I'm allergic to grass, or I'm allergic to wheat, and it's really not either one of those things. It's a sprout. And so we take the green tops right before it gets to be a larger plant. So when it's a nice young sprout, it's nice and sweet and juicy, and so you have to juice it in order to be able to consume it. So, and it takes a special kind of a juicer called a masticating juicer. But I do teach classes on how to grow your own wheatgrass. I'll be teaching those here at the restaurant. And then we also teach juicing classes, so we'll teach people how to do that on their own too.
How much wheatgrass? Now, I think you said earlier you grow your wheatgrass in two locations, indoors and outdoors. Is that right?
We grow it indoors.
Okay.
Right. We just have another location, our main farm, which is our house in Carlisle.
Now, right behind us is something you call your grow room.
Yes.
I'd like to know what's inside, and can we go in there and show our viewers what's there?
Of course, yes.
After you.
Okay.
We're inside the grow room, so I'm just fascinated by all the different things I see. Can you tell us what some of these plants are and how they're used?
Sure. Well, of course, first thing is wheatgrass.
Okay.
This is what I talked about earlier, and this is what the root base looks like, and that we grow it in soil. So we juice this. Some of the other things we have here, we have some herbs like rosemary, we have some dill, and we have edible flowers like pansies and marigolds. Those things we're going to mix up in salads and just get the nutritional benefit from all the different varieties of
I did not
what
know
we grow.
my pansies were edible. I'm thinking I could have grabbed them and put them in a salad.
Yeah, they're really good and pretty.
That is very interesting. What about the marigolds?
Marigolds are good too. They're kind of spicy, and you'd use them in place of saffron in cooking. So it gives you
Really?
that golden color if you want to throw it in with rice, but they kind of have a spicy little tang to it. So they're good.
And what are some of the things that we see up top?
Chives, oregano, parsley, cilantro, thyme, sage, lemon balm, and lettuces. Those are some of our lettuces too.
And you use all of this in the restaurant. I mean, that's that's really fresh from the grow room to your plate.
It is, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, you're very famous for the wheatgrass shots. So am I going to see how you make them, and can I get one to taste?
Of course, yes. No one leaves without a shot around here.
No, without a shot. I love that. Okay, let's go back into the restaurant, and I really want to see how you make wheatgrass shots.
Okay.
Well, you're going to see firsthand fresh wheatgrass shots. So show us how you make this.
All right. Well, we harvest the grass fresh every day, and we cut it right off at the root. It takes a lot to make a little bit.
Oh, look, there it is.
But when you drink 1 ounce of wheatgrass juice, it's like having a 2 to 3 pound salad of dark green leafies, so it's very concentrated nutrition. When we're down at the market, we have a much bigger juicer to handle the crowd now, and this is much bigger than what we started with. We even had a hand crank juicer at one point in time.
That is and it smells like fresh cut grass. Well, a little sweeter, I think.
It is sweet. A lot of people ask me what it tastes like, and to me it kind of tastes like if you're standing out in the garden and you're eating a green sugar snap pea. It's kind of sweet like that.
That is very interesting. And then you have all of the byproduct coming out on the other end. So is that just disposed of, or can it be repurposed for something?
We repurpose everything. There's several things that we do with the pulp. One is just to compost it. Another is a friend of mine has chickens, and so we give it to her, and we give the cut mats after we cut the grass to her, and then she feeds it to her chickens, and her chickens are happy, and their eggs are bigger, the yolks are more yellow.
Wow.
And we've made facial products with it. We've also made dog treats, cat treats. And sometimes animals just like to eat it. Just when we're at the market, there's dogs around there sometimes, and we'll give them little bits of the pulp, and
they enjoy it.
They like it, yeah.
That's wonderful. And then this is the finished product that you get, or that you would purchase, and these are the shots. How many ounces is that?
That's about a 2 ounce shot, so that's a double. We do singles and doubles. We also do samples because people ask us all the time, what's it taste like? I just want a little bit, so.
So you have oranges. Is that decoration, or does it have a purpose?
It's really just for fun. We do it so that you can put it in your mouth afterwards to cleanse your palate. It's really not necessary, but it's
okay, so
fun.
Now comes the moment of truth. I'm going to try a shot.
Yes.
All right.
And I'll have one with you. We'll do a toast. How about that?
And now, do I sip it, or do I just try to get it all to go down at once?
It depends. Some people like to sip it, but it depends.
I'm a newbie. I think I'm going to just try to get it down. Here we go. Cheers. It does taste like grass. I'm going to have some orange. Not bad, though.
It's kind of sweet.
An acquired taste.
What you have to think of, and what I tell people at the market all the time, think of it as your liquid vitamin shot. You just had, in that 2 ounce shot, you just had a 4 to 6 pound salad of dark green leafies, so 4 to 6 pounds of kale or spinach, all concentrated. And it's one of the highest chlorophyll content plants that there is, so it cleans your blood and it gives you a little bit of energy like a liquid vitamin would.
Thank you so much for inviting us in, letting us see your dream as it comes into fruition, and for all the healthy tips that you've given us.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back. All right, coming up next, we're going to travel a little further out to a derriere where we're going to see fresh goat milk and cheese coming together. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Only City Talk will take you from wheatgrass to grazing grass and goats. We are just a short distance from downtown Des Moines. We're at the Derriere Farm, and we're going to talk to the owner, Lois Reichert, about the farmers market and how these happy little goats are contributing to our good health. Stay with us. We'll be right back. right, Lois, tell me first of all, what drew you, what attracted you to the downtown farmers market?
Well, for me, it's an opportunity to reach a tremendous amount of people that are interested in my product in one place. When you're a dairy farmer, you milk twice a day, you're tied closely to the farm. I make cheese every day. I don't have time to market individually to lots of places and lots of people. So for me, the Des Moines Farmers Market is the only option. I would not be in business if it weren't for the Des Moines Farmers Market. So I wouldn't have started if it weren't for that. So.
All right, that's wonderful. What type of goats, I'm sure our audience are seeing all of these activities, what type of goats do we have here?
This is the La Mancha breed. It's the only American breed of dairy goat. And they're unique features that they don't have external ears. They do have ears. That came from some Spanish stock. I like the breed because their milk tastes the cleanest. They produce a lot of milk. Don't chew that. And they're very smart and easy to work with compared to other breeds. So I was actually hesitant to get them because of the appearance, but once I had one, I was hooked. So
they are very active. They're kind of like a lot of little puppy dogs to me.
Yes.
All right, I'll just let him do
Toddlers.
his thing. What do you produce? What products do you bring to the farmers market?
I make a farmstead goat cheese, different kinds. Farmstead simply means I make the cheese from the milk from animals right here on the farm that we milk. So I milk about 12 goats, and I make a soft fresh cheese, which is called a chev. That's probably the most popular.
Yes.
And that comes in a lot of different flavors. A new flavor at the first market is going to be ramp pesto. So made with ramps, a pesto made of ramps. So that's going to be yummy. And then I also sell a fresh feta, which is very popular. And then the thing that we're most known for is a cheese called robiola, which is an Italian style cheese that we make. We're the only people in the U.S. making it out of goat milk, which is similar to how they make it in Italy. And it's a light cheese with a rind, but it's very delicate and soft and fresh, and we sell a lot of it. So.
Okay. What is a typical day like for you at the dairy? And I want to know how many goats you have.
Okay. Well, I'd have to stop and count, but unfortunately, the first thing we usually do is start with chores. We start warming their bottles. All the babies are bottle fed so that they're super tame and think of me as their mom. The does get fed. A female goat is a doe, a male is a buck, and a castrated male, which my fiber goats are called wethers. So everybody has to get fed, everybody has to get watered, then we get everybody set up as soon as everybody's set with food and water and bottles are done, and then we milk. And that takes about an hour and a half. We milk 2 goats at a time. Right now we're milking 11, and I've got 2 more that'll go pretty soon. And
before the day is out.
No. Or we wouldn't be doing this. But and then there's cleanup. There's a lot of dishes involved. And usually then we clean up, we all change into fresh clothes, and then the cheese making starts. So with any luck, we'll be done with that by about 1 o'clock. We get a little break, and then they get their next bottle at 3 o'clock. And then we start the whole cycle over again about 6 o'clock.
Wow.
And a lot of the cheeses that I set are set at night. So tonight I'll start another batch of robiola. So usually I'm up here until about 10 o'clock most nights when we have a cheese night.
How is the business half of this going for you with the farmers market? Are you moving a lot of product? Is it profitable?
I wouldn't be in business without farmers market. It gets better every year. I have my good basic customers, but every year I can see in my books that the sales from farmers market are better and better. People appreciate what I do there, which is very gratifying. It's nice to meet people that enjoy the product.
Face to face.
Face to face. A lot of people have known us, have been on our fall open house called Farm Crawl. So they've been to the farm, they've met the goats, they see how we do things, so they know that they're getting a real quality product. And
wow.
From humanely raised goats, and that makes a big difference.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, now who is this? What is Does he have a name?
He doesn't have a name yet, but he's about 3 days old. He's littler than the other guys. So,
Oh, look at that. He
he's
just
hungry.
cuddles with you?
Yeah, kind of yet, but he's hungry.
Are they always this active, this running and jumping?
They're like children. They'll go,
They found something to eat over there.
hope they're not eating their plants. They'll run until they drop, and then they'll sleep for a while. Then they'll run for a while.
How
and
long
sleep.
have you been farming?
This will be our 8th year.
Oh,
So I'm relatively new to it. We got goats for milk because my son was intolerant to cow's milk.
me too.
You too. Okay.
All right.
So you know how that
I
goes.
know.
He was about 4, and my husband had milked goats before, and he begged and begged to do it, but I said, we don't have time. I didn't want to do it. But then we got the goats, and then I fell in love, and the rest is history. And my husband's really sorry he ever started the whole thing now. But
Well, I'm curious, what did you do before you became a goat rancher, goat farmer?
goat farmer, cheesemaker. I am an occupational therapist as well.
Wow.
And so I worked, we moved to Knoxville so I could work in the VA hospital here. And then they decided to shut down this VA, and I didn't want to drive to Des Moines and every day because my son was still small, and decided to give this a shot. And like I said, I wouldn't have done it if it weren't for farmers market, but I had friends who were farming and participating in the market, and I could see how that could make this model of small production work.
Okay. What do you think the customers that you serve, the customers that come to the farmers market, what do you think is most important to them? Why do they come and purchase things?
Well, I think first and foremost, they want a quality product. Okay? They're interested, if they're going to pay money for something, they want it to be really good, and as we all do. I think secondly, they're very willing to support local farmers. I really hear that a lot. I think Des Moines is one of the best bases of people who support local farmers and seem to get it. Even though we're in a big ag state, people seem to understand that. And I think they come to my stand because sometimes I offer things at market that aren't offered anyplace else. I'll do the special things like the ramp pesto chev, stuff like that. Different seasonal things, chive blossoms when they're in bloom. Usually those things are such short seasons, I just bring them to market, and that's the only place you can get them.
Okay. What is a typical day like when you're heading down to the farmers market on Saturday morning?
Okay, well,
I imagine you get up pretty early.
yeah,
huh?
the alarm goes off at 4:30. We're pretty good about trying to get everything we can loaded up the night before, but of course we have a perishable product, so that has to be loaded up in the morning. So get up about 4:30, start the espresso, that's the most important thing, and then then load up and drive to market, get set up by 6. By 6:45, customers are milling around, waiting, ready to buy. We usually have some of our best sales between 7 and 9 a.m. So
Early morning crowd.
the early morning crowd that knows what they want, and they come shop and they get it. So
Yeah, and they want to get there before it runs out.
that's absolutely right. The smart ones know, don't wait till 11 o'clock because they're not going to get what they want. So.
When we started this piece, we really see Des Moines as a real perfect blend of urban and healthy country living. For someone who's probably lived both in the city and in a beautiful, healthy rural environment like this, how do you think Des Moines fits into a pattern like this, sort of going in between the two?
I think it's location, you know. It's accessible. You know, for me as someone who lives rurally, it's 45 minutes to get to the city, whether it's because I want to market my product or whether it's because I want to go to dinner or see a movie. And I think in many cities there's just real strict boundaries between city and country, and I don't feel like that here. That they're permeable. When we have the open house in the fall, you know, 70% of the people that come are from cities, and they're perfectly comfortable out here driving on gravel roads and, you know, walking around and playing with the animals. And it's just maybe because Des Moines and Iowans tend to see themselves as rural food producers anyway, whether you live in the city or not. That's just
Yes.
part of the Iowa identity, I think. That might help make it just, like I said, more permeable boundaries.
Okay. Well, before we
Edit
wrap
that,
up,
edit that.
I've been promised that I would have an opportunity to bottle feed a goat. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
You gonna let me do it?
I will let you do it.
All right, we're gonna go over.
But first, we have to round them up.
Well, we're gonna round them up first, and then we're gonna bottle feed. Stay with us. Dinner time is probably the best time for us to go ahead and sign off for City Talk. I'm Amelia Hamilton Morris. Thank you for watching. Here we go. Easy.